Hey now, and welcome down to KC Toy Reviews. We are here today with The Sigma by Toys Era, aka Homelander from the hit graphic novel and Amazon Prime show The Boys. And I can say this is a very anticipated release because this is Homelander, a very desired character from The Boys. And of course, brought to us in a 1/6 scale format by Toys Era. Right off the bat, we have a fantastic piece in front of us. So, if you're at all curious about those details, then let's go ahead, hold each other's hands, and dive right the hell goddamn in.
I'm afraid of the dark.
Alright, so here we are with The Sigma by Toys Era, aka Homelander from The Boys. Personally, I am a massive fan of both the graphic novel and the Amazon Prime show. I absolutely cannot wait for the next season to be released. So the excitement for Homelander or any 1/6 scale figure from The Boys is absolutely through the roof right now. And of course, in front of us, dare I say, is version 2.0. Now, Toys Era / Premium Toys does have a 1.0 version of this. It's a shinier type of suit versus the fabric suit that we see in front of us. And I'm pretty sure that one was actually considered like one of the best Homelanders on the market. So for them to improve upon that one is obviously very exciting to the community. Now, another note is that So-So Toys has had another Homelander on the horizon for, dare I say, like a year or more now. And they just released some pictures recently of it, and I hate to say this because I do enjoy So-So Toys, but it was so bad that I immediately thought to myself, I'm probably going to go ahead and cancel that pre-order. And then out of nowhere, Toys Era releases some promo pics about an upgraded suit and then a couple headshots, which in my opinion got everybody super excited. And I don't know where the hell this release came from. It was out of nowhere, and it was a complete shock to me. But regardless of that shock, I was extremely excited for this release and a possibility. And well, I will say that my expectations have absolutely been met with this figure, especially the badass suit. Now, personally, the first thing we need to drill in with this release is the value. For around $180 or so, you get 5 head sculpts and a 1/6 scale stand. I'll deep dive into the head sculpts in a little bit, but we just need to stress that if you were to go out and look for a Homelander 1/6 scale head sculpt, one of them alone might cost you $80, and this release is including 5 of them. From the start of this video to now, we've already gone through 3 head sculpts, swapping them on and off along with the hands, and I always need to note this because there are some releases out there that are absolutely horrendous, where the pegs will either come out or snap, or it's just a pain in the ass where you need to heat it. I just really need to stress that taking the hands and the heads on and off of this figure were absolutely a delight. Super easy, they popped on and off, which made articulation, posing this figure, and getting a lot of shots that much easier. And onward to the meat of the operation, and that's the suit. And why do I say that? Well, because they really hyped up this cloth fabric printed suit, and for good reason, because it's amazing. I'm not sure how to explain it too much, but it reminds you almost a little bit of the Man of Steel from Hot Toys, kind of the feel of it, but at the same time, it has this kind of cloth-ish, stretchiest feel. And then as you can see, as we zoom in, there's these really defined abs. I'm not sure if the camera is even picking it up. I think you see it more from the side there, but there's like these little puffy abs underneath here. But the fact that it kind of defines and hugs this body through the suit like that is absolutely amazing. And then from this shot, just a couple quick notes. This really stereotypical eagle pauldron that Homelander has had, super nice paint application, a slight weather into it. And then if you take note at the tailoring job, just everything that's put together here, the hemlines, the way it's sewn, I mean, everything is brought together super nice. The craftsmanship by Toys Era is absolutely spot on with this piece. Now, just a quick note, the belt doesn't seem like it can move around. It looks like there's some type of adhesive under there. And not that it matters whatsoever. Obviously, if you can see the muscle structure and the way it flows from the chest down to the belt, you would never want to move that. So I think it's actually a good decision to leave that in place permanently like that. We do have these nice little gauntlets here. It allows for some nice articulation on the hands. I don't know why I want to show it off, but these little elbow pads that are around here, again, excellent craftsmanship. The fact that these are sewn in part of this one piece here, it just looks really, really nice. And before we make our way down to the feet and show off the cape, just some quick articulation up here. We have double jointed elbows. Pair that with this cloth suit. I mean, insane articulation, insane posability. And then same down here, we have double jointed knees. So as you can see here in this incredibly awkward pose, you can basically do whatever the hell you want with him. And I guess before we show up the cape a little bit in depth, there is a wire that come around downtown, right down here, all around downtown, right downtown, underneath on the entire bottom layer, and then back around downtown right to the top there. So basically this thing has incredible posability if you factor in the amazing articulation, a wired cape, and then when you pair that with a cloth suit and then 5 head sculpts, there are endless possibilities. And then as we can see here, the boots also are super nice. We have a nice paint application, a slight weathered look to them. I cannot stand when we have pristine armor, especially on Homelander. So I really do like this weathered look on the feet here. And then as far as articulation, we do have a split cut down here. So again, really endless possibilities of how you can articulate and pose this guy. And he balances really well also. And then as far as the cape, I mean, like I said earlier, we have this wire that goes all the way down here through the bottom and then back up through the top. So you can really pose the cape however the heck you want. If I were to have any feedback for Toys Era, it would just be the material of the cape. It's not that it's bad by any means, and especially given the price point of this guy, the 5 head sculpts, this upgraded suit. I mean, I'm not sure we could have asked for too much more, but with that said, as you can see here, it looks amazing. It has awesome posability because of the wire on it. And then if anybody is familiar with the 1.0 version, the way this is kind of put on top and sewn in here is an absolute upgrade. It looks super nice. I think the transitions between everything on the cape, the suit, the neck piece here, it just looks awesome. And to briefly just go through the 5 head sculpts, we have this smiling head sculpt here. And I'm just going to say it on the first one versus saying it over and over on the other head sculpts. The paint application, the detail, the way the skin tone looks. Even if you look very, very close, and I'm not sure if the camera is even picking it up, there's these tiny, tiny little freckles and dots on the face. So incredible, incredible detail to the face. And then a couple tones through the hair. I think overall they absolutely did a fantastic job on these head sculpts. And then we go from the previous smirking head sculpt to this maniac laugh one. I think this is from the plane scene when he let everybody die and had some crazy look. But the only reason I'm saying that is because I think I saw that in one of the promo pictures. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that they were accurate for doing that. But same thing here. Looks awesome, this head sculpt. Personally, this one looks like he's about to charge up some laser beams out of his eyes. And if you note, all the head sculpts do have this little scar on his head here. So again, the details are absolutely phenomenal. And then this one, unlike all the other ones, has this little scoop of a hair around the front. Not that it matters too much, but it's something to note. And last up, we have kind of these stoic looking head sculpts. Now, these ones look almost identical. I had a hard time figuring out what the difference was. I do see a slight difference on the smirk on this one. And then if you notice, the hairdos are slightly different. There's kind of this wave on this one versus this one's a little bit more straight looking. These two look pretty goddamn accurate to Anthony Starr. I mean, Anthony Starr has a very weird face as it is, so I think it's kind of a hard task. But man, I think this one, especially this one here, it looks pretty fantastic. And last but not least, we have the stand. Now we have the Homelander symbol we can see right on the bottom there. We have a crotch grabber stand, which is always my favorite. But all in, like I said, we have a nice Homelander symbol on the bottom, a crotch grabber, and the fact that they even included a stand is always a thumbs up. And just a quick side-by-side comparison with So de Toys Butcher. Of course, you have to have Homelander and Butcher paired with each other on your shelves. I do believe there's going to be another one coming out by Kai/11 Studios. And of course, paired with this amazing 1/6 scale Homelander, you cannot go wrong having these guys next to each other on your shelves. This is basically like your Batman to Joker or your Superman to Lex Luthor. And there we have it. The Sigma by Toys Era, aka Homelander from The Boys. Now again, let's stress there are a lot of people out there waiting for a proper 1/6 scale Homelander. Not that Premium Toys didn't do it on the first run, but I think there was a couple things that were left to be desired, hence the 2.0 in front of us, which is absolutely fantastic. As we've stressed throughout this video, amazing articulation with double jointed elbows and double jointed knees, all underneath this cloth screen fabric printed suit. The tailoring and the craftsmanship that went into that suit are absolutely fantastic. I don't think anybody will have any fear of articulation due to how stretchy and forgiving this suit is. And of course, with all that said, you can also see that it hugs the body perfectly. You can see the muscles and the height and the proportions look just right, in my opinion. The paint application on the shoulder piece, the gauntlets, and the boots are spot on, especially with that added touch of weathering. Now the cape, I think, again, it could use a slight upgrade, but this isn't me bashing the cape by any means, because I think it's nice, especially for the price point. It has a wire throughout, and as it spins in front of us, we can clearly see that it looks fantastic. It's really the only thing that I could possibly look at throughout this figure and think, hey, what could they have done slightly better? So with that said, I am very happy with what we have. I love the way it's attached to the figure versus the 1.0. And then, of course, as I've drilled in through this video, 5 included head sculpts. We got smiling, we got smirking, we got laughing, and we got mean as hell. When you add this to everything that we've said throughout the video, it just makes it so you have an endless variety of poses on this guy. I mean, it's really going to be hard for people to figure out what head sculpt and what pose you want to keep him in on your shelf, because there are so many goddamn options that you can choose from. And well, I think with all that said, it's a perfect time to throw a score on this guy, and I felt it for the past 30 seconds or so as he spun in front of me. This one's easy with an 8.9 out of 10. And with an 8.9 out of 10, $180 or $200, whatever the hell the price point on this guy, and everything that's included, we might not have a bunch of accessories, but with all these head sculpts and a variation of hands, I would highly suggest going to pick this piece up. And I do want to stress, in my opinion, this will absolutely sell out. So if you have an opportunity to get your hands on it, get it now. And of course, with all that paired together, this is going to be one of the best 1/6 scale versions of Homelander you can possibly get. And I'm also going to say, I hope that Toys R Us continues a boys lineup. I mean, any of the 7 would be amazing in a 1/6 scale format, because right now everybody's so hyper focused on the Butcher and Homelander. But there are a ton of other ones that we would all love to have on our shelves. And in front of us, we have the blueprints for an already amazing figure. So Toys R Us, I am crossing my fingers that you can continue this lineup. And with all that said, in an 8.9 out of 10, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here today at KC Toys with the Sigma by Toys R Us. Get this thing now before it's sold out. And if you're watching this and it's already sold out, forgive me, because this is an incredible piece. Catch you guys next time. KC Toys out. Rah!